Hello, Spoonie fam. I know a few videos back, the one that's called Stay in Your Lane. I talked about what happened when I went and saw the orthopedic doctor about my shoulder after I had the MRI that said I had a partially torn rotator cuff and calcific tendonitis and bursal inflammation, yada, yada, yada. And I know I told you that I had gone into the after visit notes in my chart and saw the letter or the note that he sent to my PCP that was questioning all the diagnoses that I told him that I had, and that he actually started to partially try to test my EDS while I was in the visit with him. Anywho, I after going to this appointment at the pain clinic, I decided that I needed to go into my chart and check my health area, you know, where they have all of your issues, you know, your diagnoses. And one of the things I was mostly checking to see what because my PCP is the one that diagnosed me with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But again, he had said, this orthopedist had said that he didn't know who had diagnosed me. He didn't see it in my chart. So the first thing I did was I signed in and I went to my diagnoses. Well, I saw that my rheumatologist had indeed put psoriatic arthritis and fibromyalgia in on November 1st when I had seen him. So those diagnoses were in fact in there. I am understanding now that the ankylosing spondylitis, he had told me that they like to check, or insurance likes you to check for the genetic marker. Don't ask me, it's B something 25, I brain fog, hello, I don't remember. I do have a history of it in my family, but when I had talked to him about the genetic testing for Ehlers-Danlos and how I had gotten kind of like duck dodged and, you know, all that, he said, well, there's like a 2-year wait for genetics at the UW. So I'm assuming that's because of the fact that the medication that he wants to put me on for the psoriatic arthritis would also treat ankylosing spondylitis, that he just kind of feels like that. Why? You know, if I do indeed have it, this medication will treat it. So no need. But so this orthopedic doctor questioned all this. Anyway, good. Hello, my brain. Stay with me here. So the psoriatic arthritis was in fact in there as a listed diagnoses that somehow he was not able to find. Ehlers-Danlos was not. But I don't know what possessed me to go and read my notes from him again for that visit, but I scrolled down and I read more, which was basically just, I think, what is put in your chart and what is submitted to insurance, yada, yada. In that, he said that I had a normal gait. Hello, I'm sitting in my walker right now and I'm waiting on a motorized wheelchair. Please explain to me how I had a normal gait. He said that he had examined all of my other extremities and that I had normal range of motion with no tenderness upon palpitation. Dude. And he said that I had no swollen glands. Mind you, he examined this shoulder. He had me lift my arms, and at that time, before I did the injection, I couldn't raise my hand. You know, it was like, so about here, and that's where it stopped. And he pushing on it hurt, all that kind of stuff. And then he examined the fingers of my left hand until I showed him that my frickin' thumb touches my forearm, which is an EDS thing, and he left me alone on that. I was pissed. Not only was it a lie, but someone else that has chronic illnesses had told me about this a while back. Always go and check your after visit notes, okay? Because things that they write in those notes can cause you issues with treatment later on down the line, or can also cause you issues with insurance. Now, by him putting that I basically walked in, I was a normal person. That could cause me trouble with the pain clinic, because it could make it look like I'm faking, that I showed up to this orthopedic doctor completely fine and then showed up barely able to walk like a walker. It could cause me problems with my insurance, with getting treatment because I had an appeal in for the Cosentyx. And also I'm waiting to get approved for this motorized wheelchair. So, and I did not know this is a right, so take notes from me. I wrote him a little note, and I was nice. Okay. I said hello to him, and let him know, that I had reviewed my after visit notes, and that I had a few things that I would like removed from my chart. And then I copied and pasted that paragraph that said everything that he did that was not true. I said, you did not examine any other extremities aside from my left shoulder and the fingers on my left hand. And I do not walk with a normal gait. And he said my stability was fine. Dude. I said, as for my stability, I'm pretty sure I was using I didn't say pretty sure. I said I was using a walker in your office because I'm using that while I wait for my motorized wheelchair to be approved. I would like these things removed from my chart because, as you know, my chart needs to reflect accurate and factual information for insurance and healthcare needs. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So that's just me letting you guys know. Please check your after visit summaries and notes in your charts after your visit.